Well, here you go, everyone. Josh the Collector Guy. Hope you all had an awesome week this week, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're able to find some awesome cars for your collections this week. Well, got another sea of blue for you all this week, ladies and gentlemen. Some more awesome blue cards. Some 80s stuff just here. Some good old McDonald's cars just here. Got a Shell promotional Byway Man. Got some variations of the 80s Corvette just here to compare with this one I recently picked up. Some awesome carded Megaforce cars. These are quite rare to come by. I was lucky enough to score them off eBay. I'll jabber on about them at the end of the video, but first up, we'll start off with the stuff from the flea market today. Went with Dad to the flea market. Only went with one. Well, went to one, I should say. Had lots of fun and managed to score some really awesome old Hot Wheels as well. We'll start off with the old Color Racer Lamborghini Countach. As you can see, she's a bit faded, but love the shape of this Lamborghini. One of my favourite Lamborghinis ever made, you could say. Love the shape. Pretty sure she was made near the end of the 80s. Looks ahead of its time as well. Very nice looking car indeed. Love the shape of it. Very beautiful indeed. And a bit of a shame she's a bit faded, but that's how a few of the Color Racers have turned out when you find them loose. But anyway, still cool nevertheless. Got an old Jeep CJ7 just here and the grey hub rear rider. My third one for the year. And the other two I do have in the collection are both missing the windshield just there. So it's cool that this one's still got it attached. And quite surprisingly, it is still attached. So very happy with that indeed. Love the old rear riders. Such a great series to collect. Got a little Renault here. The old little... I think it's the Renault 5 Turbo or something like that. Love this little car, especially the rally version of this car. It's quite cool. It's got, I'm pretty sure it's mid-engined as well, so quite unusual that a little hatchback like that would have the engine just, well, in the mid-engined area, you could say, behind the driver's seat instead of up the front, but it certainly worked for him. I think it was a pretty tough car to compete with as well. Such a beautiful looking car as well. It's one of my favourite cars. Probably my favourite Renault, if you could say, because, well, I'm not really too familiar with Renault, but still cool nevertheless. So I had to grab this one. I know there's another variation. It's the white with the purple and the yellow and black hazard stripe, you could say, on the side. I hope everyone knows what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure she was available on the blue card as well, and I think she might have been available in pretty much internationally. Not sure if the US guys got it at all, but I could be wrong. I'm sure it has it in my Tom Mart's book. I'll probably look at it later. So happy with that, but the score of the day at the flea market, I would have to say, would be the old custom Corvette here, which I would say resembles a very late 80s, early 90s Corvette, even though on the base it does say 83 Corvette. Even though this one here is an 80s Corvette, so either they did a big massive leap changing the design at one stage, or that's wrong on the base. But anyway, still cool. Love this Corvette. One of my favourite ones to find. And I don't think Hot Wheels makes this one anymore either, which is a bit of a shame because it's such a beautiful example of the mighty Corvette. The old ZR1 at the back there. And I'm pretty sure this kind of exact one did come on the experimental card as well. I should know because I do have the experimental card, so I think there was a couple of variations with it, maybe with the windshield and that, and maybe with the interior, just maybe. I could be wrong. Beautiful, beautiful Corvette indeed, love it. So I'm very happy with that. Finally was able to grab a loose one for the collection. Moving on now to the old McDonald's cars just here. Scored them, I think, a couple of weeks ago now. They've just been lying around, being really patient, waiting to be shown in my videos. So here they are. There is 8 cars to the set. The 2 I'm missing is a green Corvette and a black Corvette, which is the 63 split window. So hopefully I'll track them down one day. But they're a really cool little set. Metal body, plastic base, and pretty cool tampo designs on all of them and colours, and they actually chose a great selection of cars as well. As you can see, there's 6 General Motors, well, 6 Chevys in the lot and 2 Fords. So, of course, I'm happy with that because I love my Chevrolets. But love the tampo designs on these. And I'm there might be a few variations between the two. I know with the Corvettes, especially the green one, there's tempo variations between them. As you can see, that one's got typical, well, they all do pretty much have typical 80s and 90s paint designs on them. A lot of the show cars back in the day did kind of have that kind of paint scheme on them. The mighty orange Z28 Camaro just there, that one's beautiful. Love that design on that one. Got the old purple one as well. And I'm pretty sure all of them did eventually, or all were on the blue card as well. I know I've shown the 55 Chevy, the white one, just here on the blue card, and I'm pretty sure I've shown the purple one on the blue card as well. The old yellow one just there, that one's nice. Love that. The tampo on that one looks really cool. And the old white one as well. It's a really nice indeed. 8 cars to the set, and I'm sure if that was opened up it'd probably tell you all the cars, but I couldn't be wrong. It's probably just a blank piece of paper on the back. But really cool. I like how back then the Hot Wheels cars were actually pretty much main Hot Wheels cars, but baggaged up for the McDonald's promotion. I really like that idea. I think that's pretty cool. California Custom, that probably explains the wild tampos on the side, because a lot of the California Customs did have that kind of tampoing and designs on them and colours and everything like that. So very happy with them indeed, and I think I got them for a pretty good price as well. Very happy indeed. Got the old Shell Bywayman truck just here. Everyone knows what I'm going to say about the Bywayman truck. One of my favourite castings, probably my favourite truck Hot Wheels have ever produced. This one has the truck guard tampo on the side just there. I know my other one doesn't. It just has the Shell tampo on the bonnet. So glad to have that. I think I've kind of been after this one. I've always had my eye on it in the Tom Mart's price guidebook, but finally was able to track one down. So very, very happy with that. Actually came in the lot with the McDonald's cars, so it was a win-win situation for me. So very happy with them. Now moving on to probably the old 80s cars just here. Still got a few to get through, as you can see. Got the old 80s Corvette just here. That one's a beautiful one. Another one of my favourite Corvettes. Well, what Corvette don't I like, being a big Chevy nut? As you can see, here's 3 different variations of it. As you can see, new paint styles there on the card, whereas this one doesn't. And also this one's kind of got the international card design on it, as you can see on the back. That's what the early blue cards kind of had for the international market. And other than that, I don't think there's really a variation between them all besides the blisters, but that's really about it. So as you know me, everyone, and as I always say, I'm very nutty with my variations, but I'm sure there's someone else out there even more nuttier than me. So very cool. Love these old Corvettes. As I have said in previous videos, I love pretty much buying the same of each car, always spotting out the different variations and lining them up just like this and spotting them all out, because I think it's really cool seeing how many different variations Hot Wheels have actually done over the years, and I'm sure there's probably a lot more than just this as well. So I know a lot of people probably aren't as nutty as me with the variations, but I think it's quite cool. As I just said, it's cool seeing 3 of the same car and pointing out all the different variations between them all. I think it's quite cool. And even the tampo kind of looks a bit different, but I think another variation with it might have been the bag in the back. It might have been painted a different colour or not painted at all. So I need to keep an eye out for that variation, don't I? But moving on now, got another one of these Fieros. This one is different to the other one. The card is different, and I believe the base was different as well, so that one's pretty cool. Like seeing the base variations between them. You often wonder why they did change it though. You often wonder, because I know I certainly do. Love the patriotic paint scheme on that. The old Peterbilt tank truck, one of my all-time favourite trucks Hot Wheels have produced. Such a weighty model. The old tanker on the back is made out of die-cast. Obviously explains the weight. You know, such a beautiful truck indeed. And I believe there is a variation with it, with the just plain die-cast on the tanker part instead of painted like this one is. So I shall keep an eye out for that one. And these two blown Z28 Camaros just here. As you can see, there's 3 others just hanging up here. You can probably see the variations between them already with the blue Tampo one. The cards are different on those two. I think why I've got the other one there is because it's... I know there is a different variation between them somewhere. I think it might be on the card. I'll have to have a look later, of course. But that'll be the 3rd variation of that one. And probably the 4th if you count the flipped over one just there. And the old purple one just here. As you can see where Z28 is, it's kind of highlighted there. I thought that was quite unusual. Don't think it's really much of a variation, but compared to my other one, it's not really highlighted at all. Hopefully you can see. Sorry I haven't organised it better. But I thought that was kind of cool anyway. And I love this Camaro as well, of course. Very nice indeed. So, as I said, very happy with the variations. Always love finding the variations. And, of course, as you can see, love jabbering on about the variations. Now we move to the blue cards just here. Got these old deep purple Nomads. Kind of had my eye on these for quite a while. Managed to find a seller on eBay who had them for a decent price, because I tell you one thing, they're kind of expensive on eBay, some of them. Well, some of them anyway. I think I got them for a good price. I can't remember how much I paid, but I know they were a good price, that's all I can tell you. They are limited edition, so a lot of them you might know or might not know of. Back in the day, Hot Wheels kind of did the... These are probably sort of the earlier Redline Club cars, you could say. I'm only having a wild guess at that. I don't think... I'm not really sure if they were or weren't, but I think it might have been kind of early anyway. That you could have mailed away for them or something like that. They're limited edition. I'm pretty sure they're limited to 7,000 or something like that. I think that's what it said in my book. And there's tons of other cars as well in the limited edition lineup on the blue cards. As you can see, there's a few on the back there. The old Cadillacs just there, and the purple Passions and all that. I know there was a few of them made. As you can see, the variation between these two though, that one's got white walls and that one's got the Real Riders. She looks really good in the Real Riders. And as everyone knows, I adore my Nomads. Almost got a rainbow of the Redline ones. Got a few of the enamel era ones from 73 and got a few chrome ones as well. And even a French one. So my search continues for even more Nomads among the many other cars I love collecting. Got the old Chevy Blazers just here. Got the old basic blue one. That one's probably nothing to write home about. Not really, probably an overly rare variation, but still really cool. Good old opening doors as well. That's one of the many things I love about the Blazer. And this one's a little bit more harder to find on the earlier blue card. With this, I think they're the CTS wheels. Compared to the I think they're the CT wheels. These are kind of like the Matchbox wheels though, I have to admit. I think a few Matchboxes had these wheels as well. And I'm pretty sure this one does come on with CT wheels as well. I could be wrong. I should have checked my book before I did the video, shouldn't I? But anyway. Got this one for pretty cheap though, which I was surprised at, considering probably the rarity of it. I think I've seen a few on eBay around $30, but I certainly didn't pay that for it. I think I barely paid $10. So very happy with that. Love the old early blue card stuff, because a lot of it is quite hard to get, as a lot of you probably do know. And last off, to round out the blue cards, the old split window Corvette just here, and you can probably see the variation between them already. This one I've recently added to the collection compared to this one I've had for quite a while. You can see the blue is a lighter blue. Hopefully that's turning up on the camera quite clearly. Don't think it's much of a well-known or documented variation, but it's still a variation. I think there's tons of other variations with this Corvette, whether it be the wheels, the base, how the base was, because I think it was instead of it being hooked up at the back there, they had another hole for the rivet and that. I think there's quite a few of them as well. And there's Blackwall wheels, 5-spoke wheels, there's heaps of variations, the different coloured base. Oh. But I'll track them down, I'm sure I will. Really nice, love this old Corvette. And I remember this one also from when I was a kid. I think It was the darker blue one we had. Always remember that one. It has a very distinctive paint job indeed. So very happy with another variation of that Corvette. And last but not least, to round out the video today, these good old Megaforce cars. Now, these are quite rare to come by. I have seen, other than these two, only 2 carded ones of the exact same vehicle on eBay, and they're, believe me, quite expensive. I managed to score these off a Japanese seller, surprisingly enough. I never would have thought I would have got it off a Japanese seller, but had to bid for it, but surprisingly no one else bid on them, which I was kind of shocked at considering the rarity of these cars. Now, Megaforce, why it doesn't have Hot Wheels anywhere? Well, Hot Wheels pretty much supplied the cars, you could say, for, because this was a movie, Megaforce. It was based on an action movie. I think it was made by an ex-stuntman, but it wasn't really that good of a movie. It was pretty terrible, you could say, and a lot of the merchandise got pulled from the shelves, you could say, and I think that's probably why these cars command such a high price today. And as you can see, the vehicles on the car got the old TACCOM just there, which is that one. The old Mega Destroyer one, which is the Enforcer casting. And this one, I think, is the space vehicle or something like that. And the motorbike. Now, the motorbike was never produced, but there are prototypes of it. And I think there was very few prototypes of them made. So, really cool series. As you can see, Hot Wheels isn't on it at all. It's just got Mattel, but they did use Hot Wheels castings. It's kind of like the same story with the old speed machines up there. It didn't have Hot Wheels anywhere written on the packaging, but it was pretty much Hot Wheels casting. So, very cool series. I highly recommend anyone who has a chance of purchasing Megaforce vehicles to probably purchase them, because they're quite cool to have in the collection and do have a pretty cool story behind them. I know I've got the old Mega Destroyer one just there loose, so it's awesome to have 2 carded ones, and probably 2 of the rarest things I probably do have in my collection, along with many other things, and still shocked to this day that I've managed to find 2 carded ones, because if someone had said to me you're going to find 2 carded Megaforce cars one day, I wouldn't have believed them, because I thought that'd be so hard to find, but surprisingly enough, I've managed to score 2 for the collection, and very happy with them indeed. Love the old TACCOM, very cool looking vehicle. Love the Tampo design on these. The old Mega Destroyer one as well, very cool casting as well, which is the Enforcer casting. So very, very happy with them indeed. Very, very pleased with these additions to the collection for this week, and that pretty much leads us to the end of the video this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you oh so much for watching and listening to me jabber on each and every week about what I've found, but I hope everyone's enjoyed the video nevertheless. Thank you for all the views, the likes, the comments, the subscriptions, everything. Thank you very much, everyone. I really, really do appreciate it. And on that minor bombshell, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. Happy hunting, keep the hobby strong. See you later, everyone. Have an awesome week.